Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, still a while for we are playing some more Franchise Hockey Manager 7 with my Tampa Bay Lightning Historical Challenge that is proving to be a little bit more challenging than I anticipated at the start. So we're not doing too good this season. We're 11th in the East, we have a few injuries, and I promised that I would try to make some movement, and I really tried. I just spent half an hour trying to make a trade, and I just couldn't tilt it in my favor. I looked at two players in particular. I need help on D, and I looked at two different players. First one was Sandis Ozolinsh from the Sharks. That would be the puck mover that I want on the back end other than Robert Zvela. Sadly, I just couldn't make the trade work. It looked like I was going to be able to, and it just wasn't going to work unless I was giving up way too much. The second player I looked at, also a defenseman, Jyrki Lume of the Vancouver Canucks. Both players are 3 stars, by the way, so they are not, superstars, but they are good players that would definitely help R&D. Same story in Vancouver. I was right on the verge of making the trade work, and I just couldn't. I just don't have like that one extra piece that I can throw in that would make it work, I guess. I tried several combinations for both players, and it didn't work. The good news is that it is still early in the season, so I might try again, next month, or if things go really dire here, I might stop the video and try to make it work here, mid-month or something like that. I usually don't like to do that in the middle of the month, but I may have to. So all I did right now is, change a few strategies again, a few tactics, and we really need for German Titov to come back. Now, one thing that I did notice while I was, looking around to make my team better is that our good old friend Adam Creighton really took a dive into his talent there, and he's only an alpha star anymore. So, yeah, that happened. So he basically has no more trade value. I wasn't able to, squeeze him in a trade prior to now. So, yeah. So that's what's going on here with him. As far as the rest, pretty much stable. Not a whole lot to report other than that. So basically, my ID here for a trade for a defenseman, and you may or may not agree with it, but I have a forward that I feel is struggling enough that I am willing to part with him, and that has decent value, and that forward is Bobby Olick. So I see him as my centerpiece, or maybe Bill Guerin, but I mean, it's harder to find good centers and everything, but my idea is, I have Brian Bradley and Jason Allison as my 2 first centers, and I think I'm set here for at least a couple of years. Olick is struggling on the third line, so my idea was to trade for a defenseman and then move Brent Gretzky back to center. But yeah, it doesn't look like I'm able to do it. Not right now, so that's kind of my idea. If Bobby Olick starts to play better, maybe I'm gonna look into maybe trading Bill Guerin or something like that. I'll see what I want to do. The best player that was available on the trading block was somewhat interesting, but he's a right winger, and I'm pretty set on the right wing. I mean, unless I want to, play Guerin lower, which I could, and that player was Scott Young. But Scott Young is like he's a second or third line winger, and knowing his, I don't know, I'm afraid he's kind of old, and I'm afraid he's gonna start to take a nosedive in his ratings, just like Adam Creighton took. So I didn't really explore that. I would prefer getting a left winger rather than a right winger, so I'm still debating on that. But anyway, let's get started. Hopefully my new tactics are going to help here. We are about to play in New Jersey against the Devils. Devils are 13 and 11. That's good for 5th in the East, so they are having an okay season so far. We did lose one game against them so far this season. So, yeah, we need Garmansitov to come back. He was having a decent season when he got hurt, too. 19 points in 23 games is pretty decent, especially since we're not scoring many goals. Alright, so we have Nikolai Abibulin in net, and they're going to have Martin Brother. Martin Brother as a snowflake there, so hopefully we can capitalize on that. And of course, go Lightning, go! Oh yeah, that starts with a 7-4 win, so we chased Martin Brother, and Wendell Young wasn't much better. Alright, I needed to see that. We did get outshot, but only by 1, so I'm not too worried about it right now. The Devils do have a few good players, like, you know, Scott Niedermayer, just to name one. So they outshot us 33-32. Excuse me, 33-32. Brian Bradley was the first star of the game. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals, and an assist. Bill Guerin was the second star with a goal and 2 assists, and Alexander McGillney was the third star with 3 assists. So we opened up the scoring in the first period. Brian Bradley scored from Mikael Anderson and Alexander McGillney, then Robert Zvela from Vili Peltonen and Bill Guerin, and then Bill Guerin from Brian Bradley and Yanni Lokanen. It was 3-0 Tampa Bay at that point. Then the Devils scored, made it 3-1 after 1. Then the Devils tied the game in the second period, midway into the second. It was tied at 3. Then Brian Bradley scored from Robert Zvela and Alexander McGillney, and then Jason Allison scored on the power play from Mikael Anderson. It was 5-3 Tampa Bay here after 2. Then in the third period, New Jersey came to within 1 with a goal, but Brian Bradley completed his hat-trick from Alexander McGillney and Sean Chambers, and then Brent Myers scored a rare goal from Bill Guerin and Yanni Lokanen, and it was a 7-4 win. We needed that, if only for, you know, the morale of the troops. We will maybe catch a break one day. So Robert Zvela is injured. Our only puck mover from the back end, or through puck mover from the back end, is hurt. Hopefully not for too long. I cannot have him hurt for a long time. Ouch, 6 weeks, that's gonna hurt. Alright, so Robert Zvela is out for 6 weeks. A broken collarbone, yikes. Brian Bradley had a good game, we saw that. Pat LaFontaine extends his goal streak to 7 games with a goal and an assist against the Hartford Whalers. Pat LaFontaine extends his point streak to 15 games. Luc Robitaille extends his point streak to 13 games with an assist against the Sharks, and that was 10 straight games with an assist for him. Yeah, Takashi Okubo is concerned with my work. Sorry, buddy, I'm doing what I can over here. Alright, so the Robert Zvela situation. So now I have to recall somebody. Oops. Yeah, Jovanovski. I don't think Jovanovski is really ready. It's probably going to be Adrian Aucoin. Oh my. What are you? I think I'm gonna. Well, let's look at Jovanovski. Although he shoots left. I'm gonna go ahead and recall Adrian Aucoin, and I'm gonna bypass Jason Marshall. I don't need more defensive-minded defensemen in the back end, so Adrian Aucoin gets recalled, and he's going to be put into the lineup. Now, he's not, fully developed yet, but, that's the best I can do. If if I would have been able to get like Sandy Sutherland, I wouldn't be worrying about putting O'Quinn in the lineup so much right now, but it is what it is. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put a little check mark here, and I don't want you to be a two-way defenseman. Yeah, you're going to be a quarterback. And I know that, you know, it's lower. It was showing a higher number because the player was in the minors, obviously. So, Adrian O'Quinn has been recalled mostly to play on the power play. That's mostly why I have him there. We're gonna try him on the first wave for now. Yeah, I need help on D. I'm not gonna get a player for free. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for me, but if there's somebody decent going through waivers, I might have to pry on him. Alright, we're good. So we won against a decent Devils team, but, you know, we lost Robert Zvela for a while. Alright, Pat LaFontaine extends his goal streak to 8 games with a goal and an assist against the Bruins, and that was 16 straight games for him with a point. Adam Oates extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal in that same game. Alright, and you guys need to get used to the team. This is who we have. Alright, so sadly, I expect a loss here. We're playing against Pittsburgh. They are 17-5-1. That's good for 3rd in the East. We are 0-1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. So, yeah. We have a little bit too many injuries for me to feel comfortable playing Pittsburgh, but who knows? Maybe Abibulin is going to give us a solid start here. Alright, so let's get going. Pittsburgh's in town. They're going with Tom Barrasso. He has a snowflake. We never know. Then Abibulin with his 5 fires in net for us. And of course, go Lightning, go! Ooh. We lost 5-0. We were never in that game. Alright, Pittsburgh outshot us 45-20. Joe Mullen was the first star of the game. He had a hat-trick, 3 goals. Ron Francis was the second star with 3 assists. And Ulf Samuelsson was the third star with 2 assists. We had 15,721 people in attendance. I feel sorry for them. Alright, so Pittsburgh scored 4 times in the first period. That was pretty much the game right there. They added 1 more in the second period, made it 5-0, and then I guess they felt sorry for us and they stopped trying in the third and they didn't score. Oh, another injury. Look at that. Well, he can't play with it. His name is not in red, so I'm not going to worry about it. I can't afford to worry about it. I don't have the ammo. Or I don't have the bodies to take care of it. Alright, strong game for Joe Mullen. We saw that. He had a hat-trick. Joe Sakic extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal and an assist against the Stars. Sean Podine was suspended in Philadelphia. He's going to miss 4 games. Gary Galley has a strong game in that same game. He did get 4 assists against the Bruins. And Adam Oates in that same game extended his goal streak to 6 games with a goal. I need for Titov to come back. Mark Peterson, yeah, I don't need you. I need a defenseman. Somebody, please, try to pass a good defenseman through waivers. Brian Leach is hurt. He's going to be out for 2 months. Yikes. Broken amatic bone in his wrist. Well, that sucks for the Rangers, and they're pretty much at the at the top of the standings. They're second in the East. That's gonna hurt them. Well, looking at my list of injuries, I don't feel any pity for them, though. Adam Oates extends his goal streak to wow. Adam Oates was much more of a passer than a goal scorer in his career, but he's on a nice goal streak right now. He scored another goal, this time against Dallas. A strong game for Ray Shepherd, who had 3 goals and an assist against the Flyers. Craig McTavish is suspended. He's going to miss 1 game. Luke Robitaille extends his point streak to 14 games with a goal and 2 assists against Edmonton. That was 11 straight games with an assist for him, and Rob DiMaio is almost recovered. He's already playing, so that's not really helping us, roster-wise. We're not getting an infusion of talent all of a sudden. Alright, so we are about to play Anaheim. They are worse than us. They are 7-18-3. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at their lineup here. Oh, they have quite a few injuries here, so Vyacheslav Fitzezov is hurt, not going to play this game. Ken Daneko is hurt, also not going to play, and Joe Rickey is hurt, also not going to play. Wow, I'm guessing 3 starting defensemen hurt in Anaheim. Oh, and then Denis Vasky is hurt as well, which is another defenseman, so yeah, their D right now is stretched pretty thin. So Guilbert in net, oh, that's kind of funny to see Guilbert in net for the Mighty Ducks because he did play there. And then Kirk McLean, Denis Vesky, Smirnov, Davidov, Ferguson, Jean-Jacques Daigneault, Luke Richardson, and Pisa on that D. We should be able to score some goals here, I would hope. Aaron Broden, Tony Urkus, Martin St. Louis, Zarillo, Cullen, Kaminsky, Oyanen, Stapleton, Vachon, Vitalins, Shitaroni, Kennedy, Starostenko, and Volk. God, I'm hoping we can beat that team. We are better than them. Alright, so Kirk McLean is going to be in net for Anaheim, and we are going to go with Nikolai Abibulin. Please give us a win. We need one. Oh, it wasn't easy, but we won 2-1 against a much lesser lineup. I'll take the W anyway. Oh God, we were outshot 228-18. What happened there? Oh, and they took a bazillion penalties there. Yeah, look at that. First period, like so many penalties there. Wow. Okay. Hits were pretty even. Yeah. Alright. Well, we'll take the win. So, Brian Bradley was the first of the game. He had 2 assists. Yanni Oyanen was the second star with an assist. And Adrian Aucoin scored his first NHL goal with a goal here against Anaheim. 15,778 people in attendance for this game. Alexander McGillney opened up the scoring in the first period. That was a power play goal from Brian Bradley and Brant Myers. Wow, Brant Myers was on the power play. What's going on? Alright. Wow, lots of penalties here, but no fights. Then in the second period, Adrian Aucoin scored on the power play as well from Vili Peltonen and Brian Bradley. That was a 2-0 Tampa Bay lead. Then Anaheim scored, made it 2-1 Tampa Bay here after 2. Then nobody scored in the third period. Lots of penalties in that game, but we prevailed and we won 2-1 here. We needed that. And Jason Allison is hurt. I cannot catch a break. It's only day to day, but his name is in red, so he cannot play. Oh boy, and then Silivanov got hurt as well. My. Okay, I need some buddies back. Alex X, yeah, I'm not gonna pick him up. Rob DiMaio is primed to return. Okay, so at least you're not hurt anymore. Silivanov on the brink of returning, and German Sitov is ready for more drills. Okay. What I need is for Jason Allison to feel better. Oh, a few waivers here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that way. Alright, so we have Daniel Shank. I don't think I'm going to pick him up. Gino Cavallini. Alexander Semak. And Bob Basson. Yeah, Bob Basson is declining, at least statistically. He has no point this season. I know I need bodies, but do I need 30-year-old Bob Basson? I mean, I can pick him up. Can play center. Yeah, I mean, he's better than at this point than Adam Creighton. So I'm gonna claim Bob Basson. We agree that it's not, it's not a move for the future here or anything like that, but getting an able body might not be a bad thing. Alright, so Jürgen Janssen has a memorable game here. He had 2 goals and 4 assists against Ottawa. Wow. Craig McTavish back from suspension in Edmonton. Valery Zalipukin's suspension ended in New Jersey. He is back in the lineup. Pat LaFontaine scored in 9 straight games with a goal against Philadelphia, and that was 17 straight games for him with at least a point. Memorable night for Larry Murphy, who had a hat-trick, 3 goals against Montreal. Alright, and Selivanov is already recovered. Okay, alright, so now I have to figure out what I'm doing here. So I need to scratch Jason Allison. Hopefully it's not going to be for too long. And I guess I'm going to dress Maxim Sushinsky because he's not Adam Creighton with his Alpha Star. I just wish I had Bob Basson right now. Alright, so lines. No, tactics first. Yeah, counter-attacking forward is the best that you can do. Okay, so I guess Bobby Elick gets another promotion to the second line. Hopefully this time he doesn't screw it up. Alright, let's give Selivanov a bit of a boost here. He's been doing terribly for us. But part of it, I believe, is because he's on the 4th line. So Gretzky can play the 3rd line here. Yeah, Sushinsky's probably not going to do much here with Len Barry and Brant Myers. Brant Myers, the power play specialist. Alright. Alright, penalty killing. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. Oh, I didn't put anybody there. There you go. Okay, all right. Yeah, German Sitov, we could use you. We're about to play Boston. Boston is 18-7. They are really good this season. They are 3rd in the East. We did beat them 5-1 earlier this season. Not sure how they are doing injury-wise, but we are having some issues. So we're not going there at full strength, that's for sure. Okay. So Andy Moog is going to be in net for Boston. He has 5 fires. We are going with Nikolai Abibulin, who has 5 fires as well. We just won our last game. That would be nice to put 2 wins together, together here. Oh, we won again, 4-2 against a better team than us. That's good. That's That means we can compete at least. We were outshot a little bit. Boston's pretty good, so we were outshot by 4 shots, so not overly worried about it. We did out-hit them by quite a margin, which usually means we didn't have the puck all that much. So they outshot us 41-37. Mikael Anderson was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Glenn Wesley was the second star with a goal and an assist. And Nikolai Bibulin was the third star with a 39 save performance. We had 16,639 people in attendance for this game. Alright, so Boston scored twice in the first period to take a 2-0 lead, but then we showed some character with 2 goals of our own to tie the game. Rob DiMaio scored from Len Barry and Boris Mironov, and then Mikael Anderson from Yanni Lokanen and Adrian Aucoin. It was tied at 2 after 1. Then in the second period, we had Bill Guerin scored from Bobby Olick and Mikael Anderson. It was 3-2 Tampa Bay. We had the lead for the first time here. Oh, Brant Myers did his job here. So he fought Cam Neely. So he took a good Boston player out of the play for 5 minutes there in the second period. And then in the third period, Mark Bergevin scored in an empty net from Bobby Olick and Rob DiMaio. And it was a 4-2 victory. All right, Bobby Olick 2 assists here. That's good. We need for him to start playing better so that I don't feel like I need to trade him. Oh god, there's a news there. What's going on? Who's hurt? Oh, that wasn't it. Okay, I can deal with that then. Adam Oates extends his goal streak to 8 games, so he was one of the Boston scorers there. So a goal and an assist against us. Dave Andreychuk extends his assist streak to 8 games with an assist against the Washington Capitals. Pat LaFontaine's point streak ended at 17 games in that same game. He was held scoreless. Trevor Linden has a great game. He had 4 assists against the Blues. Good game for Luc Robitaille in that same game. He had 3 goals and an assist. And that was 15 straight games with a point for Robitaille and 12 straight with an assist. And we successfully claimed Bob Basson. So it's our turn to send somebody on waivers, and it's going to be our friend Adam Creighton. You're probably going to clear. And if you don't, I don't really care. Alright, and let's see here. Oh, Bob Basson already, lost talent there. He's still a little bit better than Adam Creighton anyway, so he's just there in case I get more injuries, because I seem to be having problems with that right now. And Adam Creighton on waivers there. Alright, so we're about to hit the road here for 3 games. It's going to start in Buffalo against the Sabres. Alright, Al McInnes extends his point streak to 12 games with a goal and an assist against the Canucks. That's pretty good. Open ice leads to a productive night for Gary Roberts. He had a goal and 4 assists in that same game. Luc Robitaille extends his point streak to 16 games, still in that same game, with a goal and an assist. And that was 13 straight games with an assist for him. Joe Sakic extends his point streak to 12 games with a goal against the Suns. And German Titov is almost back. We have been missing you, buddy. Oh, Mike Krushelinski is available on waivers yet again. Sorry, FJ, I'm letting Mike Krushelinski pass through waivers for the second time here. Thomas Kapusta as well. Alright. German Titov is almost ready, but not quite. Alright, so we are in Buffalo to play the Sabres. They are 14-12-1. That's good for 6th in the East. We are 1-0 against Buffalo this season. Hopefully. We're bringing our A game here despite all of the injuries. We still have Nikolai Abibulin in net with his 5 fires. Dominik Hasek is going to be in net for Buffalo. He only has 1 fire. Oh, we won 3-2 again. So we beat Buffalo twice this season by the score of 3-2 each time. So we're on a little bit of a roll here, I think. Oh, yeah, they got robbed. Buffalo outshot us 51-37. Neither team played a lot, very tight defense there. Oh, okay. So I see we allowed a lot of shots, but looks like we got into a lot of penalty trouble there. Right, so Mikael Anderson was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Pat LaFontaine was the second star of the game. He had 2 goals as well. And Nikolai Abibulin was the third star with 49 saves to keep us on a little winning streak here. Right, so Buffalo scored first, and it was 1-0 Buffalo at that point. Then Vili Peltonen scored to tie the game on the power play from Alexander McGillney and Adrian Aucoin. It was tied at 1 here after 1. There was a fight also in the first period between Jamie Linden and Adrian Aucoin. That's not why I called you up, Adrian Aucoin. That, you know, that assist there on the power play, that's more why you're there. Then in the second period, Mikael Anderson scored his 5th of the season from Alexander McGillney and Brian Bradley. It was 2-1 Tampa Bay at that point, but then Buffalo tied the game. It was tied at 2 after 2. And then 8 seconds into the third period, with John Drews in the box, Mikael Anderson scored his 2nd goal of the game on the power play from Bill Guerin and Bobby Alec, and it was a 3-2 lead. And yeah, nobody tied the game, so we won 3-2. Looks like Maxim Sushinsky hit somebody at the in the head and got a game misconduct, so he might get suspended here. Oh, no, that's not what the news is. It's because I have another injury. Brant Myers is hurt. He's day-to-day, though, but yeah, that's not a playable injury. Okay. Oh, German Sitov is back. Good. Dave Andreychuk's assist streak ended at 8 games, so we didn't allow Dave Andreychuk to get an assist. Al McInnes' point streak ended at 12 games, was held pointless against the Kings. Joe Sakic extends his point streak to 13 games with 2 goals and 2 assists against the Leafs. And German Sitov is back. That is music to my ears. Alright. So, A. German, come back and play hockey. We like when you do that. And I think I'm going to send Maxim Sushinsky back down. Alright. Oh, I couldn't see him here. There you go. Come on, dress. And you know the drill. I'm going to come and check what he's, you know, if something changed. Are you still good at what you were doing? Up and down. I'm going to keep you at the up and down winger because you have success at that. So, alright, so we are going to put German Sitov in for Brant Myers, whom I have to scratch, don't I? I guess I'm gonna address Bob Basson. That's why I got him. I don't think you're very good at much of anything, Bob, but let's see here. Let's put you at as a shadow. Not sure you have the foot speed necessarily to be super effective at it, but you're on the 4th line, so... Okay, okay, definitely want Peltonen probably here instead of Rob DiMaio. Probably put DiMaio back here. And Selivanov back on the 4th line. You haven't done anything on the 3rd. I'm disappointed in Selivanov. He's really not doing anything. I was expecting, I wasn't expecting a super season. I was expecting a couple goals at least. He doesn't even have a couple goals. He only has 1. Alright, so let's take a look here. So, it's gonna have to do for now, at least until we have Jason Allison come back. Let's take a look at this here. Sorry, Peltonen, you just lost your spot on the power play. Gonna change that here as well. There you go. Alright. Playing tomorrow in Hartford against the Waiters. Alexander Prokopiev is suspended in Florida. He's going to miss 6 games. Ooh, Nick Lidstrom is hurt in Detroit for 3 weeks with a knee sprain. Of course, that's going to hurt the Red Wings. That's among their best player, their best defenseman for sure. And Dominik Hasek is day-to-day. Alright. Alright, so we're playing in Hartford right now. We're going to go with Abby Bulin for that one. I'm going to play Hackett against the Flyers. We don't have any more 2 games in 2 nights in this month, so I'm going to play Hackett again, probably right before the break, so probably in Boston as well. That's my plan, and looks like our last game of the month, the 2D game, is going to be against Ottawa, my favorite team. I'm not going to know who to cheer for again. That's not the first time we're playing them in 2D. I'm pretty sure we had a 0-0 game against them before. Alright, so for now it's Hartford. They are 10-14-3. That's good for 12th in the East. We are 0-1 against the Whalers this season. We lost 4-1 earlier this season. So we have a few healthy bodies that came back, so we kind of need a W here. Brent Gretzky is not doing much, so... Alright, so Nikolai Abibulin, 5-star... not 5-star, 5 fires. I wish he was 5 stars. Chris Osgood is 3 fires for the Whalers. Alright, we need another W here. We need a road win again. Ho ho ho! A 2-1 win in overtime, so they made us work for it, but we prevailed. We also outshot them 39-30, so we managed to win against a team that's lower than us in the standings. That's always good. Bobby Alec was the first star of the game. He had a goal. Chris Osgood was the second star of the game with 37 saves, and I believe it's Robert Petrovicki who was the third star with a goal. Yeah, it is Robert. Because there was also Ronald, so not to get confused, and they played around the same time. Alright, so Whalers scored first in the first period, then Bobby Oddick scored from Len Barry. It was tied at 1 here after 1. Then nobody scored in the second, nobody scored in the third, and then we went in overtime, and who else? Our underlying star, German Titov, celebrated his return to the lineup with his 10th of the season on the power play in overtime. Game winner! Brian Bradley and Alexander McGinney get the assist, while Andrew Castles was in the box. 2-1 win. Welcome back, German Titov. You're one of our best players, and you were not hard to get. Lee Leslie, I'm not going to pick that guy up. Joe Sakic extends his point streak to 14 games with 2 goals against Buffalo. Luke Robitaille extends his point streak to 17 with an assist against the Oilers, and that was 14 straight games with an assist from him. Joe Mullen has competed in 1,000 games in his career with an assist against the with an assist against the Mighty Ducks. Joe Mullen plays for Pittsburgh. So, got an assist. Excuse me. Alright, so let me rephrase all of that. My throat was a little bit in disarray here. So Joe Mullen got 1,000 games. That happened against Anaheim. Got 1 assist in the game. And he is 38 years old and a 2-star player. There you go. It helps when I focus on what's on the screen more than my throat, and I apologize for that, but I kind of need to be able to speak as well. No suspension for New York's Ty Domi. No suspension over there. Adam Oates extends his point streak to 12 games with 2 goals and an assist against the Rangers in that same game. Jason Allison is starting to feel better. That's good. Brent Myers as well. Alright, so we're rising in the standings a little bit now. I don't want to jinx myself or anything, but yeah, I think I'm going to play an injured Jason Allison. I might regret it. Maybe, maybe not. Time to revisit Jason Allison and see if Playmaker is still his best thing to do. Playmaker or counter-attack. Yeah, I prefer him as a playmaker on my second line. That's perfect. Alright, so you go there, you go there, you go there. There we go. Alright, this time Bobby Olick didn't play too bad in the second line spot, but Jason Allison is playing better, so he gets his spot back. Alright, Jeff Hackett gets the next start in Philly against the Flyers. Alright, so yeah, looking a little bit better. Okay, so we are in Philadelphia against the Flyers. They are 16-12-2. That's good for 4th in the East. We did win in Philadelphia earlier this season, a 4-2 win. So hopefully we can kind of repeat here. So we're sending our backup goaltender. Jeff Hackett is going to be in net. Mikael Sandberg is going to be in net for the Flyers. We lost 4-1 this one. Alright, I guess we cannot win them all. Oh, yeah, they outshot us 42-22. Not sure I blame necessarily Hackett for that. It doesn't seem like we were in the game much. Brent Feddick was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Rod Brennamore was the second star of the game. He had 2 assists. And Mark Rickey was the third star with a goal and an assist. We opened up the scoring in the first. Mikael Anderson scored from Boris Mironov and Brian Bradley. It was 1-0 Tampa Bay. Then, oh god, that was 3 seconds into the game. How did that happen? That's like really fast. Then 45 seconds later, the Flyers tied the game. So we weren't even a minute into the game and it was already 1-1. Alright, then nobody scored in the second period, and then in the third, Philadelphia blown up for 3 more goals and they won 4-1. So we lost this game. Suspension over for Sean Podine. and he is back in the lineup in Philadelphia. Adam Oates extends his point streak to 13 games with a goal and an assist here against the Panthers. Memorable night for Sergei Gonchar. He had 4 assists against the Islanders. Jason Allison is almost ready. And Brant Myers is feeling better as well. But at this point, I think I might keep him out of the lineup. I mean, unless I want to scratch Peltonen to add some muscle. But I have Lynn Barry here. I don't know what I'm going to do when he's ready. Oh, while I'm here, let's put Abibunin back in net. Right, and we have a little home stretch here. Joe Sakic extends his point streak to 15 games with a goal and 2 assists against Hartford. And then both Jason Allison and Brant Myers are okay, which is good. Alright. Alright, and we are now... My apologies again. Alright, so we are hosting the Florida Panthers. They are 10-16 and 6. That's good for 11th in the East. We are 0-1 against the Panthers this season. We did lose in Florida earlier 2-1. Alright, that's pretty much the best lineup I can put together with the current injuries. So, alright, Blaine Laker is going to be in net for Florida. We are going to go back to Nikolai Abibulin. Oh, we won 5-4. A little bit tighter than I would have hoped. But still... Oh, not a great game for Abibulin, but we won, so that I guess that's what's important. We outshot the Panthers 36-22. Brian Bradley was the first star of the game. He had a goal and 2 assists. Nicholas Anderson was the second star with a goal and an assist, and Mikael Anderson was the third star with 2 assists. 15,548 people in attendance for this particular game. Panthers opened up the scoring in the first. It was 1-0 Florida after 1. And then we scored our 5 goals in the second period. So Bill Guerin scored on the power play from Jason Allison and Mikael Anderson. Alexander Mogilny scored on the power play from Brian Bradley and German Titov. Then Brian Bradley scored his 15th from Mikael Anderson. Then Mogilny scored on the power play again from Adrian Aucoin and Brian Bradley. And then Alex Selivanov scored his 2nd goal of the season, finally, from Boris Mironov and Len Barry. 5-1 Tampa Bay after 2. Florida did try to come back here in the 3rd period, but they just ran out of time, and we won 5-4. Right, so Stu Grimson and Alexander Semak are available on waivers. Right, Adam Oates extends his point streak to 14 games with 2 more goals against the Flame. God, does he have more goals than assists at this point? Almost. Wendell Clark keeps fans on their feet all night with 4 goals and an assist against the Kings. Big game for Doug Gilmour. He had 5 assists against the Kings in that same game. Wow. Good night for John LeClaire with Montreal. He had a hat-trick against Philadelphia. Alright. So we have a couple days off here before we face the Jets at home. Jeremy Roenick has a good game. He had a goal and 4 assists against the Jets. Alright, they're getting dismantled before coming in Tampa Bay. They're going to be hangry. No additional missed time for Anaheim's Vitellins, so not suspended over there. Mark Recchi extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal against Pittsburgh. Luke Robitaille's point streak ended at 17 games. He was held pointless against the Suns, so his assist streak ended at 14 games as well. Joe Sakic extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal against the Canucks. And he extended his point streak to 16 games, thanks to that goal as well. Guy Carbonneau played in 1,000 games in his career. That happened against Hartford. Celebrated with an assist. So Guy Carbonneau is 35 and he is still a 2-star player. Alright, so Winnipeg is in town. They are 18, 13, and 1, and we are 0 and 1 against the Jets this season, so hopefully we can avenge that. All right. Oh, Craig Billington is in net for the Jets. He also has 5 fires. Resurgence for Craig Billington here. And we have Nikolai Abibulin in net, of course. Alright. We need a win. The standings are too tight. We can't afford to lose. And we lost 4-3, so it was a tight one, but we ended up losing. Oh, we outplayed them. We outshot them 39-27. Teemu Selänne was the first star of the game. He had a goal and an assist. Len Barry was the second star with an assist, and Dan McGillis was the third star with an assist as well. 14,462 people in attendance for the game. Winnipeg scored first in the first period, then Brian Bradley scored on the power play from German Titov and Alexander McGillney. It was tied at 1 after 1. Then in the second period, the Jets scored twice, took a 3-1 lead. Then Bill Guerin scored his 10th on the power play from Mikael Anderson and Jason Allison. It was 3-2 Jets after 2. Then in the third period, Yanni Locanen tied the game from Vili Peltonen and Len Barry, but with 1:52 left to go in the game, the Jets scored, and that was a game winner. So we were in it until the end. Took a bad penalty. Who was in the... Oh. It was German Titov that was in the box for that one. Mark Bergevin is injured, but it's a playable injury, so... he's going to be a good warrior for me and play through injury. Mark Recchi extends his goal streak to 6 games with a goal against the Devils. Yeah, it's a 1 or 2 weeks. 1 to 2 weeks day-to-day injury that is playable. Oh. Joe Sakic's point streak ended at 16 games, so he was held pointless against the Oilers. Alright, and we're about to play the Devils again, so that's the first team we played at the start of the video. And that was a 7-4 win. Devils are now 16, 15, and 2. That's good for 5th in the East. Alright, we need a win. We slid to 9th in the East, so we can't afford to lose much more ground. Alright. Come on, Abibulin. I need for you to pull a good one. Alright, so Martin Brodeur has turned things around a little bit for the Devils. He's now at 2 fires, and we still have Abibulin at 5 fires. And we won 5-2. Alright, we needed that W here. Oh yeah, we outshot New Jersey 38-21. Bill Guerin was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals. Boris Mironov was the second star with 2 assists. And Jason Allison was the third star with a goal and an assist. 14,104 people in attendance for that one. Devils scored first in the first period. It was 1-0 New Jersey after 1. Then Len Barry scored his first from Alex Selivanov to tie the game in the second. Then the Devils scored, took a 2-1 lead, and then Adrian Aucoin tied the game again from Brian Bradley and Sean Chambers. It was a 2-2 game here after 2. Alright, and then in the third period we just scored 3 unanswered goals. Bill Guerin scored... Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. Bill Guerin scored from Len Barry and Sean Chambers, then Bill Guerin again from Boris Mironov and Jason Allison, and then finally Jason Allison in an empty net from Boris Mironov, and it was a 5-2 victory. Oh, and there was a fight in the third period between Bill Guerin and Scott Stevens. Oof, two big guys here. Alright, so in that game, Stéphane Richer got his 600th point in his career with an assist. 29-year-old Stéphane Richer is a 2-star player. Chris Chelios also got his 600th point in his career yesterday with an assist against Toronto. Chris Chelios is 33 and still a 5-star defenseman. Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 12 games with a goal against the Blackhawks in that same game. No further action needed for Ray Ferraro, not suspended with the Islanders. Rod Brind'Amour extends his point streak to 12 games with 2 assists against the Rangers. And in that same game, Mark Recchi extended his goal streak to 7 games with a goal and an assist. Alright, so Adam Oates extends his point streak to 15 games with an assist against the Sabres. Steve Yzerman extends his point streak to 12 games with 2 goals against the Flames. A night to remember for Joe Sakic. 3 goals and an assist against the Blues. And Shane Corson is hurt with the Oilers. He's going to be out for the rest of the season, 7 months, with a torn ACL. Alright, let's go ahead and give a game to Jeff Hackett against the Bruins. Hopefully we can beat them again. So Boston is really good still. They are 21-9-1. That's good for 3rd in the East. But we're 2-0 against them. So I'm hoping here that we can continue to be a little bit of a thorn in their back or something. We're going with Jeff Hackett. They're going with Mikhail Stalenkov. Very similar stats except for the save percentage. I mean, both goaltenders played 8 games and have 2 wins, but Hackett saved more pucks than Stalenkov did. And we lost 2-0. We couldn't get going against the Bruins. They massacred us on the shots, 51-23. Jeff Hackett, first star despite the loss, 49 saves. Sean Chambers was the second star, no points obviously, and Stephen Leach was the third star with an assist. Alright, that's a game to forget here. We just lost 2-0, couldn't get anything going. And Boris Mironov got hurt because I'm just starting to get healthy. How long are you out for? 2 to 3 weeks. Dang. Alright, bad news for Lightning. Mironov injured. 3 weeks. With a strained back muscle. Oh, we managed to stop Adam Oates on his point streak. So that was a 15 game streak that got halted. Neil Broughton played in his 1,000 games in his career. Didn't get a point. That happened against Chicago. 36-year-old Neil Broughton, 2-star player. Dave Gagne in that same game got his 600th point in his career with a goal against the Blackhawks. So Dave Gagne, 31 years old, still a 3.5-star player. Rod Brind'Amour extends his point streak to 13 games. He got an assist against the Hartford Whalers. Mark Recchi extended his goal streak to 8 with a goal in that same game. Yevgeny Nemesnikov is suspended in Edmonton. He's going to miss 5 games. Doug Gilmour extends his point streak to 13 games. He got 2 assists in that same game against the Oilers, and Steve Yzerman extends his point streak to 13 games with a goal against the Vancouver Canucks. Okay, so let's figure out the situation here on D. It's not good. That's what's up. Oh my, who do I recall at this point? I guess I'm recalling Ed Jovanovski, but I think I'm gonna be playing Jason Marshall. I don't want to put Jovanovski in games too early, unless I absolutely have to. Alright, so we're gonna dress Jason Marshall, and you are just going to be there for a physical presence on the back end. So what can you do? Old school defenseman, that sounds about right, but there's a couple of things you can do better. I think we're gonna put you as a stay-at-home defenseman. Alright. Now let's put you, oh god. The right side here is starting to be a little thin. My team was not built to suffer multiple injuries in the at the same position. Guess I can move Abibulin while I'm here. I think I'm gonna swap them so that I have sort of kind of a puck mover on each, and you know. This is a mess. This is a mess, I'm telling you. Alright. Yeah, Jason Marshall as is the prototypical penalty kill guy. So you're going to be doing some of that for sure. Alright. So we continue to trudge through it all, despite all the injuries. Alright, so we have 2 games left. One against Montreal at home after the Christmas break, and then in Ottawa. It's gonna start a 5-game road trip in Canada, all in Canada. Alright, so let's get moving. Alright, so anybody wants to give me a player for Christmas? A right D, maybe? Maybe a Al McInnes or something? No? Okay. Oh, Dave Babich is available, but he's declining. I don't really need him at this point. Steve Yzerman extends his point streak to 14 games with 3 assists against the Blues. Ron Francis is hurt. He is day-to-day. And Matt Sundin extends his goal streak to 5 games with a goal and an assist against the Sharks. Right, Doug Gilmore's point streak ended at 13 games. He was held scoreless against the Flames. Strong night for Rod Brennamore. He had a hat-trick against the Oilers. And that was 14 straight games with a point for him. And we are about to play the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens. So Montreal is 16-15-4. That's good for 7th in the East. It's a team we're chasing. We're 0-1 against Montreal. Of course, you know me, I do not like that. So I want a W here. Just gonna double check real quick. Yes, I have a Bibulin in net. He's gonna play our 2 remaining games. Wow, that was harder than it had to be. Right, Montreal is going with Patrick Roy. We are going with Nikolai Abibulin. Come on, we need a win. We're back home. Come on. Oh yeah, we won 5-2 against the Habs. That makes me happy. We were outshot 39-28. So Montreal seemed to have been playing better than us, but we did score more goals, so that's what matters. Mark Bergevin, the irony here. First star of the game with a goal and 2 assists. Len Barry is the second star with 2 goals, and Nikolai Abibulin third star with 37 saves. 15,140 people in attendance for the game. Bill Guerin opened up the scoring in the first period. That was a power play goal from Mikael Anderson and Jason Allison, and it was a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead after 1. Then in the second period, Len Barry scored from Vili Peltonen and Mark Bergevin. Then Montreal scored, made it 2-1, but then Mark Bergevin scored from Brian Bradley and Alexander McGillney. It was a 3-1 game at that point. Then Montreal scored again. They came to within 1. It was 3-2 after 2. Oh, Rob DiMaio had an illegal check to the head, might get suspended here. Then in the third period, we had Len Barry score short-handed from Jason Marshall. Oh, a point in his first game. And Mark Bergevin, and then Vili Peltonen from Sean Chambers, and that was a 5-2 win. Alright. And Rob DiMaio is suspended, as I feared. He's going to miss 6 games. Oh my god. Paul Laus is suspended in Pittsburgh. He's going to miss 6 games as well. And there was no stopping Brett Hull, who had a hat-trick against the Stars. Alright. Oh boy, so look at that. 4 of my 6 starting Ds are hurt in one way or another. And then now I have Rob DiMaio that's hurt, so I'm going to scratch you, and I'm gonna dress Brant Myers. Let's do some face punching to feel better about ourselves. Enforcer, Goon, Agitator, that's gonna be one of those for sure. Alright, so Enforcer is still for you. Oops. And then we are going to... we're going to give Selivanov some more chances to do good here. Alright. Yeah, no power play time for you. Now I have to put somebody here to kill penalties. I guess Peltonen's already there. I guess Bill Guerin. Not my first choice, but we can't really be picky right now. Alright, we're good here. Alright, and we move forward. Injuries, you know, suspensions, we've got them all. Alright, Rod Brennemore point streak ended at 14 games. Held scoreless against the Flames, and Steve Yzerman extends his point streak to 15 games with a goal against the Stars. Somebody else got hurt. Oh, Jason Marshall got hurt. Look at that. Why not? You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna need to play Ed Jovanovski after all. Yeah, I know that he's hurt. I noticed. I'm about to wave a white flag here. Alexander Prokopiev back from suspension. He's back in the lineup for Florida. Great night for Andrew Castles. He had a hat-trick against the Washington Capitals. Oh, look at you. You're offering me the same player. Not offering, but you're showing me the same players you shown me all season. Alright. Alright, and the player poll has been released. The best skater is Phil Housley. The hardest shot is Al McInnes. The smartest is Wayne Gretzky. The toughest is Stu Grimson. The fastest is Alexander McGillney of your own Tampa Bay Lightning here. Best role model is Steve Yzerman. Cleanest is Martin St. Louis. Toughest goalie to beat is Dominic Hasek. And the coach you'd most like to play for is Scotty Bowman. Okay, alright, so let's scratch Jason Marshall. And let's play Ed Jaranowski. We're not doing too good here. The challenge is getting challenging. There's no other way to word that. What are you good at, Jaranowski? Should be a two-way forward, I would think. Screener 3, dear God, no. Right now, crease clearing defenseman is the best that you are at. Yeah, I'm just gonna slide you in here. And you're gonna need to play on the PK, I'm sorry. One of these days we will have a healthy and full lineup, but today is not the day. Okay, alright, so we are playing in Ottawa against the Sens. I'm hoping for a win here. The Sens are 9-24-3, that's good for last in the East. We are 1-0 against Ottawa this season. Hopefully we can beat them again here on December 31st. Alright, so we're going to go with Abby Boudin. They are going to go with Michael Pushshaker. Not sure who that is. Alright. Well, go Lightning, go. Let's not get confused here. I'm so used to play as the Sens and everything. And we are in white right now because, of course, Alexander McGillney is playing D for some reason. Alright, let's go little squares. Alright. Oh, that's a stop. Alright, Lubomir Sekurash took a penalty here for the Sens, and we are going on the power play. Go Lightning, go. Score a goal, make me proud. Paul Cavallini took a slashing penalty, which means that we are going on a 5-on-3. Come on, we can't score on a 5-on-3. Looks like we can't. Oh! We had a breakaway there by... Oh yeah! Alexander McGillney scores on the 5-on-3. We are up 1-0 here in Ottawa. Alright, we should still be on the power play here for 33 more seconds. Oh, Bill Guerin took a penalty. So... we are not on the power play anymore. Yeah, we're killing a penalty now. I'm not sure I want Jason Allison killing the penalty here. I guess, you know. Oh, Sean Chambers also took a penalty, so now we're down 5-on-3. Lots of penalties. 13:22 left to go in the first period. The Sens are on a 5-on-3 here for 40-something seconds. Just clear the puck. It's a 5-on-3. Don't try to go score goals. Unless you're Wayne Gretzky, and last I check, I don't have him on my lineup. In my lineup, sorry. Well, we managed to kill those penalties. So we're back at even strength. Oh, come on, buddy. Alright, 8:41 left to go in the first. We are still up 1-0 in Ottawa. Is it still the Civic Center? Maybe it's the Corel Center by now. At least it's not the Palladium anymore. It's a goal! Brian Bradley from Alexander McGillney and Mark Bergevin. We are up 2-0 here in Ottawa, and hopefully we can continue on this good play here. We are in a tight race for the playoffs. I'm hoping to win a round this season. Might be difficult though if the injury bug doesn't, leave my team. I know injuries are not an excuse and all of that, but my defense is pretty depleted right now, so I cannot expect miracles too much. I mean, I can. I'm just going to be disappointed, probably. Alright, 4:10 left to go in the first. Oh, that's true, the Sens have Pat Verbeek. That's a player I wouldn't mind having on my team. He's my type of player. Oh, and it's a goal! The wraparound by Brian Bradley, assisted by Adrian Aucoin and Mikael Anderson. We're up 3-0 here in the first period with 3:02 left to go. Sens fans are disappointed. I'm probably watching that game at home right now and being really upset or something. Like, what are they doing? Why are we losing so much? Yeah, it was tough being a Sens fan at the start of the 90s when they entered the league. Oh, offside, 1:08 left to go here in the first period. Yeah, as a Sens fan, I'm probably sitting at home debating if it was worth it for the Sens to try to trade Chris Osgood for Pat Verbeek, and I'm torn because I like Pat Verbeek, but we have no goaltending, and we have Darren Pupa, but we're not winning, so I'm trying to find a reason. I'm torn, I'm sad, but anyway. We're up 3-0 right now as the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we allowed only 6 shots on goal, and we had 23 shots in the first period alone, so that poor goaltender there is getting his work cut out for him. Starting the second period, up 3-0, worst lead in hockey, 3-goal lead. Oh, Brent Gretzky here, trying to look like his brother, but it didn't work out for him. Oh, Sylvain Turgeon had a chance for the Sens there. Sens have a player with number 8. That shouldn't be happening. Number 8 should be retired for the Sens. Oh, Jason Allison won the chance there, but could not score. And another save. Sean Chambers took another penalty, second penalty of the game here, so we're going to go short-handed with 12:48 left to go in the second period. We are still up 3-0 in Ottawa. Oh yeah, I think we killed that. We sure did. That's an icing. Alright, 10:39 left to go in the second period. Tampa Bay is up 3-0 still. The rookie, Ed Jovanovski, so far not looking too bad. Oh, that was kind of a breakaway there or something. Oh, and that puck goes out of play. 6:50 left to go in the second period. And that's another icing for the Suns. They don't seem to be able to do anything against my tactics, or very little. They don't generate many shots. Of course, they're gonna get a few shots. That's for sure. At least so far, in this video series. Oh, Alexander McGillney scored again. All right, good game for McGillney. We're up 4-0. So I was gonna say, at least I haven't seen something ridiculous in this save so far. Like last year with the Suns, my team was so strong that in a year I played a game against the Islanders and they got 3 shots on goal all game. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so second period here is getting close to be done. And we are up comfortably here. The poor Suns, look at them playing. I'm at home probably eating like 5 bags of chips to eat my emotions or something. Probably not. I mean, well, I do have a huge appetite, but I've never been that big of a chips guy. I mean, I'll eat chips and, that's okay, but I've never been a guy that, sits and eat an entire sack of chips in one sitting or anything like that. Alright, so we are up 4-0. Second period is over. We have shot 30 times total on their goaltender. The Suns have 13 shots total. Let's play the third period. Tampa Bay is up 4-0. Alright. Wow, that's a weird number for a goaltender, 23. Yeah. Especially in the 90s. In the 90s, like, goaltenders were very traditional with their number picks for the most part. And then, nowadays you have goaltenders with unconventional quote-unquote numbers that they're wearing, like Koskinen in Edmonton as number 19. Alright, so the Sens finally scored. Andrei Nikolishin scored from Andrew McBain and Chris Pronger, and Ottawa's on the board. We are up 41 here with 15:10 left to go in the third period. Alright. looks like we're kind of playing in the neutral zone quite a bit. Oh, offside. 12:49 left to go in the third period. We are up 4-1. Oh, almost a breakaway. And now we're going the other way. So I've talked about it a few times already, but I do appreciate the 2D. There's work that needs to be done on it. Of course. Like, I don't have my tactics set to, crash the net defensively and, like, my players all go there, or, sometimes you see defensive coverage, you have 5 guys on 1 guy and things like that. I mean, that would never happen in hockey. Well, not at the NHL level. So, things that they're going to work on. I'm sure they're going to work on it. I'm not being super critical of it, but just noticing things that are going to need to be improved a little bit to make it a little bit more realistic here. All right, third period is moving along quite nicely. Andrew McBain took a penalty with 4:38 left to go in the third period here. Probably not a good idea. Oh, Jason Addison got into a scrap. I don't want that. Who did you fight? Paul Cavallini. Yeah, with 3:04 left to go in the third period. Look at that, 5 guys on 1 guy. That's a little weird. Alright, that game is almost over. Goldie holds the puck with 1 second left to go in the game. There you go. And we won 4-1. Alright. Nice end to the month here. Alright, we doubled the Ottawa Senators and shot 40-20. Alexander McGillney was the first star of the game. He had 2 goals and an assist. Brian Bradley was the second star with 2 goals. And Adrian Aucoin was the third star with an assist. So McGillney scored his 15th of the season on a power play that was unassisted. Then Brian Bradley scored from McGillney and Bergevin, and then Bradley again from Adrian Aucoin and Mikael Anderson. 3-0 Tampa Bay here after 1. Then in the second period, Alexander McGillney scored unassisted again. It was 4-0 at that point, and then the Sens scored in the third period just to say that Abby Boudin didn't get a shutout, and it was a 4-1 victory. And of course there was the fight between Jason Addison and Paul Cavallini in the third period. Steve Yzerman extends his point streak to 16 games with 2 assists against the Hartford Whalers. Mark Bergevin is completely healthy now. Robert Zvela returns to practice. Now that's good news. We need him. And the players of the month are Doug Gilmour and Ron Extall. Alright, so we are January 1st, so this is where we stop. We are 8th in the East, so we are right on the verge. I mean, we do have a losing record, so we cannot, be too satisfied with that. But the last month was definitely better. I don't feel as trapped as I did after November, so we're looking decent, but it's gonna be tight. It's really gonna be tight. We cannot go on a losing streak. It's gonna kill us. Alright, and in the West, we have Colorado is first. Yeah, they're the best team in the league. Winnipeg, LA, Toronto, Chicago, Vancouver, Calgary, and St. Louis. And the worst team in the league is, oh my, the Sharks, and by far. They have only 4 wins in 37 games. Yikes. And imagine I almost pried Sandy Sutherland from them. Wow. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at our stats here, at least for the people that are dressed or in the lineup. Alright, so of course we have Brian Bradley has 44 points in 37 games, so he's more than a point per game. We have absolutely nothing negative to say about Brian Bradley. He's doing his job. McGillney, 37 points in 35 games. That's also pretty good. And then we have kind of a drop-off there. Mikael Anderson, 23 in 37. And then Titov, 22 in 31. That's not too bad. He played less games. And without Robertsville in the lineup, our best defenseman offensively is Sean Chambers with 13 points. He's declining here. I might need to trade him or something. Yeah, his talent is still at 2.5 stars, but he is not really producing much offense. And then we're going to take a look in the entire league and see who's the best at what. So Mario Lemieux is the best goal scorer. He has 28 goals, tied with Pierre Turgeon. So they both have 28. Best passers are Doug Gilmour and Mario Lemieux. They both have 47. Of course, no representative of the Lightning anywhere. And the best scorer is Mario Lemieux with 75 points. That is 6 more than second place Doug Gilmour. Wow, Doug Gilmour is having quite a season. I've played many times in that era, and Doug Gilmour is always good, but not near the top like that. Alright, Marc Bergevin, of course, is blocking more shots than anybody else in the league. Then our goalie leaders. So we don't quite have a Bibulin near the top here, which, makes sense because, I mean, we don't have a winning record or anything like that. And he doesn't seem to always have, like, a really good game. He always seems to have, like, a bad game here and there, so that probably hurts his stats a little bit. Alright, so we are good to save the game. Alright, so January's coming. I'm still going to look at options, especially, look at all those injuries on the right side of my D. So, of course, I'm going to be, looking into that. I don't know that I'm going to be as aggressive as I've been prior to this video, and even then I didn't land anything. We'll see what might fall in my lap. There's definitely some movement that can be done, just not sure what to get at this point. We did play pretty good in December, so I don't want to be overly aggressive. I think I'm gonna keep the tactics as they are. Seems to be working. I mean, we did lose some games, but for the most part I think we played okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this here for today. So as usual, I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you've liked this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.